Hi guys, Debbie here. Welcome to my channel if you're new here and to today's video. I'm super excited for this one because it's a collab with my friend Michelle, and I don't think you guys might have met Michelle before, so I'm super excited to be able to introduce her. I know you're going to love her. The collab we're going to do, as you know from the title, is a palette bingo, and we've chosen to do that with the JEFFREE STAR Blood Lust palette. Michelle's never done a palette bingo before, so I thought it would be a good way to introduce her to you guys, and also for me to get a little bit more use out of the Blood Lust palette. Michelle's just recently bought hers. I've had mine a little while, and I've got some looks I've already done on my channel with it. If you want to get some inspiration for some looks outside of this video, I'll pop those up in the cards as we go through. But today's video is all about a palette bingo. We've decided to choose 6 shades from the palette. There's 18 shades in the palette. And if you're not familiar with the palette, well, where have you been? But the palette has got 18 shades in there. It's hella difficult to hold up, but we've numbered the shades from top to bottom, left to right, and I'm just going to pick out 6 shades and we're going to see what we get and create an eye look with it. So I've put 1 to 18 in random.org. Let's see what we get. So we've got 15, number 3, and 14, 13, 1, and 7. So I'll just swatch those out on the palm of my hand and we'll see what colour story we're going to be working with. Okay guys, we got an all matte look. So they're the colours that we're working with. So I'll run through in the palette what we have. But just why does this always happen to me? I either get an all shimmer or an all matte every time I do a collab. Why can't I just get some of each? It's so not fair. But we will make it work. So the shades that we've got then, we got that shade there, which is Your Majesty, and we got Monarchy. So 2 of the most neutral, boring shades in the palette. But we did get High King and Vivid Mood, so these 2 here. And we also got Deviant, which is a nice pastel purple. And luckily we've got this shade here, which is Dungeon, which is one of my favourites for deepening up a look. So I think it's going to be okay, but I really wanted to try some of the shimmers that I've not tried, so it's a bit of a shame. But yeah, we'll get started and we'll make this work, I'm sure. And in the meantime, as I go through the eye look, I'll talk a little bit about Michelle and why you should all be watching her. So I think for this look, I've got some quite pastel-y purples. So I think to make the look stand out, I am going to use a white base. So the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk. That's why I hadn't primed my eyes, just in case I got the light shades. But I think they'll work way better over a tacky white base. So Michelle then, she's got a small channel at the moment, around about 200 subscribers I think. Can't remember the exact figure. And I met Michelle through Instagram. She'd put a post on about like people supporting other people and like sort of support over competition, that kind of a thing. And in the background though, she'd got a picture of like her screen that she used to film, but it was an Instagram post. But I realised obviously she must be a YouTuber, and at that time I was looking for a screen to use as a monitor, which I still don't have. I still use the tiny little flip up screen from my camera. I bought a screen and it doesn't work for me. It hums and I can't cut out the sound because it picks up the sound from a microphone. So, but anyway, that's a side story. But I'd seen this this screen in the background of this picture, and I just messaged her and asked her like where she'd got it or what she used or whatever, and we just got chatting and we've been friends ever since. And it's probably 6 months or so, I would say. And I've wanted to collab with her. She's pretty busy. She is a key worker. She works in a supermarket, I believe, so she's pretty busy. So she doesn't put out content like every day, but she's quite regularly uploading. And so I wanted to reach out to her and do something, and I said, how about doing a palette bingo? And she hadn't heard of a palette bingo. I had to tell her what it was. And I thought, yeah, this would be a great way to sort of introduce her to the fun of YouTube a little bit. she's got a great channel. She does reviews. Like, you guys sometimes ask me about skincare and foundations and whatnot. She tests all of those things out, but she does eye looks as well. And she was on the more neutral kind of side, and now she's like definitely expanding into a lot more colour. Just going to start getting some of these shades on my eyes. Now, it's probably a bit of a cop-out, but I don't really know what I'm going to do with this shade other than just kind of use it as a blending shade. So I'm going to put that sort of above that white, because you always get a bit of a stark line when you use a white base. So the shade is Monarchy. Just want to get rid of that one really, because I didn't need that one. And maybe that's cheating. Well, it probably is cheating, but that's what we're going to do. Oh, it's going to be more pigmented than I want it to be as well. This is just going to go so well, isn't it? But yeah, so we were talking about what palette we might do it with, and she said, oh, she'd ordered the Blood Lust palette, because a lot of her looks, as I say, have been quite neutral, but oh, she did a beautiful look fairly recently. I'll link the video for that as well, where she used one of these multi-chrome shades. I think it was by JD Glow, but don't quote me on that, but it was a beautiful blue, and oh, the eye look is just absolute fire. Like, I'd say she's got better makeup skills than I do. She can definitely apply lashes better than I can, which is not hard. But so I'm going to have to rock some lashes today, just in honour of Michelle, I think, because she looks so amazing in them and makes it look really easy. So yeah, I think you're going to love her. She's got a chatty sort of style, like you just sort of feel like you're watching a friend doing her makeup, a bit like I do when I do my get ready with me's. Just really real and just a normal girl, but so nice. So I think you're really going to enjoy her content, and her quality looks awesome as well. Like, you know, the production, kind of the whatever camera she uses and screens and stuff, she's getting a really like nice crisp result, so it's a pleasure to watch as well. And how I aspire to get mine, but I still can't. So, but yeah, so I think you will really enjoy Michelle. Right, we've got rid of that horrible Monarchy shade, because I'm not really loving how that's looking, but just put that there just to get rid of it pretty much. And then we're going to cover it over with something more interesting. So what I think I want to do is something quite winged out. No surprise there. But I haven't done a winged look for it in a little while. So I'm going to use Dungeon to kind of build up my wing shape in my outer corner, sort of stamp that on to give me kind of my guideline of where I'm going to go, and probably use that on my lower lash line as well. This shade though I think might be quite useful, that Your Majesty shade. I think that will be quite useful as a highlight shade to what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do my kind of dropped lower lash line that I do. And then I'm just going to take the shades across my lid, sort of from darkest to lightest, I think. I think that's really all I can do with all mattes. So I think it'll still look nice though. So going in with Deviant, I'm just going to stamp that on my outer corner, because I want, as I say, to achieve quite a graphic wing shape. And that's just going to give me my guidelines. So I'm just using a Morphe M432. Any flat kind of definer would do the job. I'll be excited to see what shades Michelle's got. She's already filmed hers and she's told me she really enjoyed it. So I can't imagine she got all mattes like I've got. I did the Paulina Blush Try Collab. I got all mattes for that. I've done a collab with my friends Annette and Lisa, and I got all shimmers for that. I'm just the most unlucky when it comes to doing palette bingos. I don't know what it is. I'm just decided to just, while I've got this brush out, I may as well carve out that shape that I kind of want for my lower lash line. So that's kind of what I'm looking to do. Haven't done this shape for a little while, but I think I might have done it with this palette before. I forget what looks I've done sometimes. This is one of my favourite shades in the palette, so I'm quite happy to have this one. What I didn't want was Executioner, because that shade is so fallout heavy. It's the one that's got the purple sparkles in, but it's a matte, and I hate shades like that really. It's pretty, but they're so hard to work with, and then the glitter doesn't show anyway. But I've seen people be able to work with that really well. It's just I can't seem to. I haven't got the skills for that one. Right, I think we've kind of got that even. Just going to take a bit more of that shade just on a pencil brush just to intensify that a bit. It's easier to work with a pencil brush on the lower lash line than that flat definer, I think. Yeah, so I think Michelle will do something blended and beautiful and probably have a lovely shimmer on the lids, and I'm going to be so jealous. She's way better at blending than I am, as I say, and she'll create something really beautiful. Just going to swap to a Morphe 526, and I'm still working with this Dungeon shade. I just want to start bringing that back in towards my... Well, you can see what I'm doing, creating that kind of wing shape that I like. I'm happy to have this shade. This is, as I say, one of my favourites because it's quite intense, and I like my looks to have quite a bit of depth to them, so I think I'd have struggled if I hadn't have got this. I'm going to build up in the outer corner and my outer V until I've got quite an intense outer corner there. And I probably cheated, as I say, because I've used that monarchy shade in a way where it won't be seen. It's one of those shades, that monarchy shade, I'm like, I don't really know what purpose it was serving in the palette. This is going to take a little while to build up the intensity that I want. If you've come here from Michelle's channel, I do crazy eye looks like this on the regular, and I'm 52 and I don't let that stop me, and I think actually I've become more daring with my makeup looks the older I've gotten, and I've definitely, since watching YouTube and sort of learning a few more techniques for makeup, gotten a lot more experimental. I don't think I have the best technique. I have a weird technique, I think. Like, I just achieve my looks the way I want to do it. Kind of like, don't really follow any rules, I suppose. And I'm always trying to push myself, like with the colours that I use, the techniques that I use. Like, as I said at the beginning, I'm not the greatest at lashes, so that's a struggle, and I'm also trying to perfect the full cut crease, although I'm starting to get a breakthrough with that. But you know, I'm just a normal person. I'm not makeup trained at all, other than watching way more hours of YouTube than a person should ever watch in a lifetime, probably. I fell down the YouTube rabbit hole about 3 years ago and just started watching YouTube and pretty much not watching anything else, and I learned everything I know about makeup from other people on YouTube, which I think a lot of us have. Right, I think we're getting somewhere with the depth that I wanted to get, and in fact, that shade that I didn't like at the beginning, that monarchy shade, so that caramelly shade, I am going to just use that just to blend at the top there. So actually maybe it has got a purpose. Could have lived without it though. Whilst I like the corner to be quite graphic. I still want it to sort of fade a little bit as well and not be completely harsh, so it's doing quite a good job at doing that, I think. So now I'm going to use the shade Deviant to blend out the lower lash line with a JEFFREE Star brush. Why not? It's JS12. And I'm going to blend the whole of that underneath side of that kind of winged out shape that we've created. And I might need to go back and forth a little bit with the dungeon shade to get the look that I'm looking for. That one's pretty, but it's a hell of a dusty shade. Kind of liking it so far though. Doesn't look too bad. I'm going to use this same brush and go back into the dungeon shade just to re-intensify that a little bit. So we've only got 2 shades left that we haven't used, so I'm going to use High King in the centre part here, and then I'm going to blend that into a nice stark white kind of inner corner and wrap that around the lash line using that shade, which was Your Majesty. So I'm going to pack that pretty much all over where we've done this crease work in the outer corner. I'm going to try and do it on a bit of a slant. I think that could look a bit cool as well. Something along those lines. I'm going to need to blend it a little bit, but that's kind of the shape I'm looking for. It's not turning out too bad. Could be worse. I don't often do an all matte look, but they can look really pretty. I suppose I was lucky that I got light to dark. If I'd got all pale pastel mattes, then I think I'd have been really sad. I'd have just have thrown on a big black wing, I think, to get things to come together. Just swap into a blending brush, so what's this one? The JS6 by JEFFREE Star. Just to blend in this outer corner, to try and get a blend between that High King and that Dungeon shade. Now I'm going to pack on that Your Majesty shade in this inner part. I'm going to swap to a more of a blending brush because that one's not doing it for me. Putty kind of colour rather than a white. I think a white would have looked so much better. So it would have really accentuated that shape, but it's working okay. Let's back in with that High King because some of that white shadow kind of went down onto that. Yeah, it's coming together, I think. My waterline, I'm going to take a white pencil. This is White Core by Linda Halbert because I want some white intensity in that inner corner, but also a nice stark white lower lash line. Just going to set that pencil so it doesn't go anywhere. I'm just using that Your Majesty shade that we used in the upper part of the lids here, but it's looking a lot brighter over that pencil. And I quite like that flick of pencil that's going up there. I think that's added something. taking a bit more of that vivid mood, the colour that we blended out the lower lash line with, just to make sure we're nice and blended in that corner. Okay, so that's the eyes to this point. Just going to hop off camera for lashes. Liner, I'm just going to do a tracer black liner, not a wing, because we've got a lot of wing action going on here. And a lip for the look, and I'll be right back with you to show you the finished look for this palette bingo. Okay guys, so here's the finished look. Finished off the look with lashes. They're Ardell Wispies. Quite like them. They're a little bit too big for me. I should have trimmed some of them off, but yeah, I like how they're looking with the look. For lips, I've lined with a black lip liner, which I wouldn't recommend. It's one of the JEFFREE Star ones. They're terrible. They drag your lips really badly, but I just wanted a black base that was lip safe, that wasn't a lipstick, because they end up bleeding on me. So if you use a lip liner and then top it with a gloss, it always works better. And I've used the gloss by JEFFREE Star in the shade Lord Star that came out at the same time as the palette. So I hope you enjoyed seeing me create it. As I say, it's a bit of a kind of costume look, just a bit of fun. It's got a little bit of goth kind of drag about it, but I had so much fun creating it, and that's what makeup is all about to me. It's just like the creativity and the art of it more than anything else. But Michelle, thank you so much for collabing with me. Guys, if you're not subscribed to Michelle, please hop over, go and check out her video. I know she's going to do an awesome look. It'll be something wearable and beautiful and completely different to what I've done. But we've got different shades as well. We picked 6 shades at random, so I don't know what shades that she's used. Obviously it's going to be a purple look, as the palette suggests, I would think, unless she gets the red or the teal. But as I say, please hop over and check her out. And if you're from Michelle's channel, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you like what you've seen, I hope you might consider subscribing to my channel. So that brings us to the end of the palette bingo. It was a really fun one. So hope you guys are doing okay, keeping safe and well, and I'll catch you in tomorrow's video. Bye.